Hello, everyone, and welcome to the round 7 review in what was a very high scoring round. Lots of players just went nuts. We had some of them players, not all of them. But we'll go see what we did in a second. But first off, starting off with our trades, we traded out Max Hall, Luke Trainer, just because I thought, his higher break even. He might start losing money from being the sub last week. But if I was going to hold him, I was going to have to hold him until that two's out of his system. But I needed his cash to make some upgrades. Same with Max Hall. Like he came out and scored I think it was like an 80. So he's still got some cash to make. But we needed his cash as well. And look, Bailey Humphrey, we traded him out, and he comes out and scores a 150 out of nowhere. Bloody hell. Like, I had him for, I think, about 3 weeks, and he just gave me rookie scores, and all the other scores have been 100 plus. So, thank you very much, Humpty Dumpty. All right. Next, so we traded in Christian Petrarca. Now, come Thursday night they played. He scored a 129. I was very happy with that. It's definitely going to be better than having Humphrey long term. Matt Flynn, he scored a nice 100. He should go up. He's probably gone up about 60, 70k in cash. I haven't had a look yet. And he'll have a low break even next week as well. Hoping he holds his spot on the side, because I just reckon Andrew McQualter, he's got he's a bit like the Bevo of the West, I reckon. And Matt Carroll, we traded in 99k rookie for trainer, because we needed his cash. All right. My captain and vice captain, well, we put the VC on Max Gawn, and we finally got nailed a captain score. Obviously, I took that, and, well, this was originally Liam O'Connell, but same thing. They both play for the Saints, and they both didn't play. So, put the captaincy on Boyd. So, with Max Gawn's 174, that brings our captain's average up to 122. Okay, not as much as I thought, but anyway, our captain's averages are going up, so that's a good thing. All right, so lockout has been lifted. So I actually haven't had a look at this yet, so you're getting a live reaction here. All right, we scored 2,550, and well, which was a 2k rank for the week, and hey, we've gone up. We've pretty much nearly halved our ranking. So we're ranked 6,686. So, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so let's have a look at the team. I'll just go over this quickly. This might be a quick video, I reckon. All right, so we got Lockie 2,550, and I only won 5 out of 8. Oof, damn. I'm playing against professionals, I think. All right, so starting from the back line, we got Whitfield 104. Now, there was a bit of concern. This could have been I think it was on 22 or something. He kicked the ball and had a foot injury. This is one player you probably could have a case of leather poisoning from kicking the ball too much. But he came back on and gave us a solid score. So 104, probably expect a bit higher from someone averaging, 118. But we'll definitely take the 104, considering, he could have gotten subbed off. I was very worried at quarter time. Jordan Clark, a 114. Yep, this is the type of scores that, I want from you, not your mid-90s, just your, very early hundreds. But good work, Jordan. Dane Zorko, 104. Now, one thing I've noticed about Dane Zorko is, he's not taking all the kick-ins anymore. They've got, Answorth and, Wilmot's taking the kick-ins. So, bit worried about, but got to keep an eye on that. But we hold for now. Matty Roberts, again, rewarded those who held the faith with a 117. And, 486. Which is break even? 91. Oh, no, sorry, it's 50. So, worst case, he could still make us some cash. And Riley Bice, break even at 38. He scored a nice 101. So, great work, Bice, baby. Points on field and going up in cash. So, wow, he's up to 370. Actually, how much has he made for us now? That would be, 257k. So, yeah, very happy with that, and still more to make as well. Liam O'Connell didn't play, played in the Rezzies, so I used him as a loop with Zach Reed, who scored a nice 90, and yeah, he's probably earned his break even of 48. He could probably stay at least one more week, and then potentially be a downgrade to Buslinger from the Bulldogs if he holds his spot. Might be time to get on the bus or train or whatever. Anyway, and Matt Carroll, 54, did a couple of nice things. Like, he had a few free kicks against in the first couple of quarters. Then he did a couple of nice things in the last quarter. Like, I think he ran down like Sean Manor as he was about to have a shot on goal or something towards the end of the game. And like, I think he took like a nice little intercept mark as well. So, hopefully he can keep his spot in the side, just sit on the bench there and make us some money, loop with Reed when we need to. All right, so yeah, hopefully he can stay in and get us to maybe hopefully like 250k or so. All right, onto the midfield. Zach Merritt. Oh, this hurts. This should have been Dacos, and now Zach Merritt is at the price that I would have picked up Dacos for, and while Dacos is now the price that I picked up Merritt at, and scored more points. So yeah, that really hurts. Hopefully he can bounce back against North Melbourne this Thursday night. And Harry Sheasel, 135. So we moved him into the midfield, and yeah, he scored a nice 135. Like, looked like he was back to playing that halfback, was he? I didn't watch much of this game, to be honest, but yeah, I watched like the last quarter and I just saw him like everywhere. So yeah, great work, Harry. Keep it up. Lockie Neal, 139, beautiful. Didn't cop the Winhager tag. I think Winhager went to, was it McCluggage or was it, no, I don't know who it was, but he definitely wasn't being tagged by Winhager. So yeah, more of this, please. Chalky Neal. Rosie, 118. I think he was getting tagged, at least in the first half, by what's his name? Darcy Tucker, who didn't get a touch, by the way. But yeah, 118. Yep, good. Thank you very much, Connor. Chera with an 81. Now, he went off in the last quarter. Like, he was like sort of clutching at his groin. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. He did come back onto the ground, but something to keep an eye on during the week. Could he be a trade out option if he's injured? If he's not injured, I'll probably hold. Let's see. When did Carlton play? They play early in the week, so if needed, if he's a laid out or something, maybe trade him out to someone else. Have a backup plan. So yeah, something to be mindful of. He's done well for us this year, though. Averaging 103, so that's nothing to sneeze at. And his break even is 111 now. So hopefully he doesn't start to leak us some cash. But yeah, he's done a good job for us. Clayton Oliver, 96. 98 with an average of 96. Yeah, I would have expected more against Richmond. Like, he had a terrible first half. I think he was on I don't think he was on 30 or something at half time, but then had a good second half and ended up on 98, just below the ton there. But we'll hold on to him because he's got West Coast this week. Levi Ashcroft, 68. Yeah, he's still making money for us, so we can keep him on the bench. Actually, what's his break even? Now 48. So at least one more week, I reckon. Xavier Lindsay. Now that 9 from the other week should be out of his system. And yeah, his breaking even is now, is that a 1 or a -1? Anyway, either way, it's low. So yeah, we hold on to him at least for one more week, again against West Coast. So he should do well. Kako with a 49. Yeah, it's going to be a slow burn. Hopefully, I know I said this against West Coast last week or the week before, but hopefully you can have a spike game against North Melbourne. Come on, mate. You're due for a big one. Due to kick a few snags. Clay Hall, Tom Gross didn't get picked, sorry. Yeah, just gross picks. But, they should get a game sometime during the year and hopefully restart their cash generation. Max Gawn, 174. Thank you very much, Maxi. I think I've already spoken enough about him in the last video. And hey, they've got West Coast as well. on Saturday night. So, yeah, probably going to stick the VC or C on him. Yeah, against Flynn and against West Coast. So I expect him to go big again. Harry Boyd didn't play, but I think he was getting checked for concussion, I'm pretty sure, watching the Sandringham versus, who are they playing? Brisbane Lions. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. He might be, a reliable loophole, not someone who might be a late in, is what I mean. And Tom De Koning, rucking against Reece Stanley, as expected, went big with a 135. Oh, geez. Imagine if I had held on to Tristan Cherry, this score would have even been even higher, but I wouldn't have had any room for Flynn, who went with a 105. Yep, he's going to go up in cash again, and probably the following week as well, providing he doesn't get dropped. So, please don't drop him, McQualter. Please don't do it. Jason Horne-Francis, 111. Yeah, we'll take that. Bailey Smith, 120. Yep, take that as well. Most people have him. Petrarca, new recruit, 129. Very happy with that. Very happy if you'd go that big again against West Coast. Jack McRae, 77. Yeah, a bit underwhelming, but everyone has him. Same with Caleb Daniel, 89. Everyone's got him. Now, Elijah Hewitt with a 65. Yeah, a bit disappointing. He is actually my lowest score, so his score actually dropped out. But if we had fielded Cleary instead of Hewitt, that means Ashcroft's score would have gone out. And what's that? 21 points. 21 more points I would have got. But yeah, anyway, I wasn't going to field Cleary after he scored a 30 last week, and Elijah Hewitt scored a 90, whatever it was, against Essendon. So, yeah, no one in their right mind would probably choose Cleary over Hewitt, I'm sure. And Aiden Johnson didn't play. He's probably another dead rookie who I'll probably use for looping. All right, so what trade? Now, I'm probably not going to look to trade this week, if possible. Like, I know Chera and Whitfield, had a bit of injury concerns, so we'll monitor those during the week, and if we have to trade them out, then we may, and then we will. But yes, so there's no real rookies. Like, I know there's people are talking about Oscar McDonald in the backline, like a 123k player. Yeah, he's playing the Luke Jackson role, and Luke Jackson should be back this week, so I'm not going to go there. You've got Jed Buslinger. I'm not going to get on the bus just yet. Going to wait for him to be on the bubble, and while Zach Reed hopefully makes a little more cash, and then we can assess from there. And you also got Henry Hustwaite, who's come in. He scored I think he might have scored like a 70 or something. But problem is, all my rookies here, I know I traded out Max Hall, your Humphreys, your trainers. They might have a little bit more cash to make, but these guys, I'm just going to give them at least one more week to move. All right, one more week to fatten up, and then we can sell them. Actually, what's Hewitt's break even now? Actually, that 98 will still be in the system. Yeah, negative 32. So, hold on to him as well. So things go according to plan. Most likely no trades this week. All right, so, but yeah, if there's anything changes, we can go through the captain, vice captain, and trades video. All right, so an early vice captain, could we go with Merritt against North? Although I'm not really trusting Merritt at the moment. St Kilda, Fremantle, probably. Plan next week, possibly be, to get in like a Jack Sinclair who might be bottomed out. So, that's what I'm looking at the moment. Bulldogs, Port Adelaide. Could we go a Rosie or a Horne-Francis? Maybe not. Actually, St Kilda plays second, so that's who I've got for my looping. So I might have to go either a Sheasel or a Merritt. Or I've got Aiden Johnson here, who I could use. Or either the West Coast boys. Aiden Johnson. Sydney play GWS, West Coast play Melbourne. Okay. Okay, so they play in the same game, so that's probably not much use. Unless... What if I swap? Because who's Brisbane playing? They're playing Gold Coast. Oh, they're playing in the last game. And I could put the emergency on Kako. If he goes well, then if one of these guys aren't selected, then I can sub them on. Actually, yeah, we can just use that as a loophole. The back line works because Zach Reed plays first. O'Connell, I don't think he'll be selected. I think the captaincy loopholes. We're just going to stick with the rucks. So, vice captain, I'm going to back Merritt to have a big one. He's due. And put the captaincy on Gawn if required. All right, so yeah, I think we're going to have definitely like a 120 plus from Merritt because I expect Gawn to go absolutely nuts against West Coast. All right, so yeah, that's the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.